Hi, how you doing?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
Good. Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah.
Yeah, same to you. Second night.
Hug Sameach.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, night number 2.
Should we do an intro on this one?
Yeah, hello everybody, and thank you for joining us here on the Podchaost Hanukkhaost series. This is night 2 here with special guest Melina Best. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
How many times do you think you've clapped in your life? Probably a lot.
Mil-
I was thinking about it
Millions?
earlier, talking to my daughter, and just like I've probably clapped so many times, especially like since comedy. You know, there's the polite applause.
Right.
It's got to be in the millions. I do at least like a 10 clap at least per clap.
Maybe.
I don't know.
You ever do the one? Ha!
Okay.
Just a big like yeah.
I do actually.
Yeah, good.
Not just one, it's like a couple. I don't know.
No.
It almost
The
sent,
dogs are on it.
yeah, it almost sent them off again. It's so funny.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was definitely my fault because I'm over here clapping a bunch for no reason. So happy Hanukkah. How you doing? Good?
Yeah. Trying to stay upbeat and everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a perfect time of year. It's very cold. Everybody's freaking out on the holidays, trying to spend the last of their money, trying to, keep up good face with their family.
Right.
And this is a way better way to do it. I've had a lot of fun actually enjoying the Hanukkah.
Yeah, so far it's been a great Hanukkah. Should we kick this off by lighting the menorah? I don't know if you have lit yours yet tonight.
I haven't.
Oh,
Did
fun.
So I've got mine right here. Is it easily accessible for you to light yours now, or? That's okay. I'll do it now, and you can do yours later.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
Might be.
Right. No, not.
No, we
no
did,
beads
there
at
was
all.
no heads up or anything.
We're very prepared. So, okay, here we go. Feel free to sing along, but also no pressure for real.
Okay.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav
Yep.
anu l'chadliknei shel Hanukkah. There's another prayer you're supposed to sing too that I think.
Well, I think that's for the first night only. Yeah.
I did that one. Wow, these are intense. It's like boiling.
I'm gonna let go of this and it's going to fall. Okay.
Cool. Yay.
Woohoo!
Oh, wait, it's also Friday, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah, so what do we gotta do? Turn off all of
What's
that?
wrong?
Turn off the computer.
right.
Oh, that's the other one. Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'chadliknei shel Shabbat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just one. Well, then we would also do the blessing for the bread and for the wine, but
Right.
Other prayer songs? Okay.
yeah, I don't have them on me though, so we do them later.
Okay.
I
Cool.
don't-
I do forgot. That's fine.
So what kind of menorah do you have? Is that is it one that you've had for a while, or?
Yeah. My family has like a whole box of like Hanukkah stuff. And so my sister and I once each had a menorah,
Nice.
but now we kind of just well, my sister's moved out, and I seem to not have any luck moving out. But we've only been lighting one. It's, I don't know, it's silver with like a Star of David at the middle, I guess.
Cool.
Classic.
I think I saw it on your Facebook. If it's that same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very
Yeah.
nice.
Cool.
We had the same thing in my family. Everyone had their own menorah. My parents had theirs. It was like the big one. And then my
Right.
brother had his, which was the little one that was like, has a lion on it, I think.
Ooh.
Sister,
Nice.
it's really a pretty silver one, like classic style, like yours. And then this one's mine. It's very tarnished.
Oh, yeah.
It's very got character. It's classy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I should polish it. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
What was Hanukkah like for you growing up? Did you have any family traditions?
Funny you should ask, because usually I go down to, or we all go down to LA, where most of my extended family is, and my grandparents hold a Hanukkah party. That's the word.
So long, it's like, what are those things called where people are in the same
Right.
place and have fun
Same room,
together?
having fun.
Oh, a movie. That's what they are.
That's fun.
So
I
yeah,
love
we have been doing that for, well, since I can remember. And a family friend would light the menorah, and then we'd have a meal, and then we'd open presents. But now they're in LA and we're here. But
Yeah.
after we say goodbye, like we're having a Zoom family Hanukkah thing. So
That's
Oh,
cool
that's
though.
nice. I should do that with my family.
see how that goes.
That's
Yeah.
cool. My family, we did a Zoom Seder for Passover.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, same.
That was a good time.
Yeah.
I actually saw people I hadn't seen in years, so that was neat.
Oh really? Nice.
Mhm.
Can I ask a question? What is specifically what is the Seder?
Well, it means order, and it's the specific, the procession of meal, prayer and meals that you do on Passover. So yeah, there's a book called the Haggadah
Yeah.
that has all of the stories that you tell and the prayers that you do.
It's
And,
like
you do
the-
everything in a
yeah.
specific order.
It's a retelling of the story of how the Jews got or made their way to freedom from Egypt or / from slavery. And so we tell the story, and then we eat food that has to do with the story, and then yeah.
Nice. Eat some crunchy bread.
It's
Yeah. What's that?
matzah.
That's what I said.
You were getting there.
I was getting there.
How you say it?
How was it growing up for you? Was it like did you have a group of friends that were Jewish as well, or
Yeah, not really.
that seems to be kind of common?
Yeah, it was kind of, well, to be, for one, my sister and I went to very small schools mostly, and so it was even harder to find Jewish people.
Did you grow up here in Portland?
Yeah,
Okay, I can see
and
that.
so then it was just kind of like mostly the odd one out. And I never really I relate to the ish part of Jewish because like I like presents. I mean,
Yeah.
And my sister wanted to have a bat mitzvah, and I was just kind of like, like I didn't really want to spend all that time like studying Hebrew, and I don't know, it didn't mean very much to me. for some reason. I wanted the money and everything she got after, but
Yeah, they just kind of pretty much pay you to read a bunch, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
yeah.
It's simplified to that.
He sang or you chant and he's, his speech.
The chair thing?
Yeah, I did the chair thing, was not happy about that.
Oh, right.
It was so scary.
So is it because you're not trusting everybody fully?
Yeah, I
And
don't
it's
know.
like-
Well, I was uncomfortable like being the center of attention.
Right.
To him
There's-
and you're supposed to look like you're having fun and like excited, but it's just terrified. Yeah, I was clinging to that chair hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I missed out on that for sure. Maybe my Jewish wedding or something. Because they do
Someday.
it at weddings too, I think.
Yes.
And they risk a glass going into the bottom of their foot as well.
Mm,
That
yeah.
seems dangerous. Do they get a, I know they cover it with a towel, but do people put get a brittle glass, a certain type of glass?
So wine glass usually, I think.
Okay.
Wear, shoes.
What's the symbolism of smashing it?
You're warding off bad spirits, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds.
It's like multiple things.
I have no idea. So you guys could both tell me anything, and I'd be like, "Whoa, there were
Right.
dragons!
Okay.
Cool."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't really feel much connection to Judaism for most of my life. My grandparents kept asking, "Are you gonna have a bat mitzvah?" I'm like, mm. And they eventually gave up.
Be funny if they're still asking.
I mean, it's never too late.
Yeah,
It's
I assume
true.
that's you can do that whenever, right?
Yeah.
At the earliest 15.
12 for
Or-
girls, 13 for boys.
Was
Yeah.
that
Because
girls
girls,
mature earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they
I
do.
think it's whenever you hit puberty.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're like, "Mom, I need tampons," and she's like, "Oh goodness."
These tampons in a Torah.
Yeah.
Right.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't that kid.
Do you have any?
But I went to Israel for the birthright thingy.
Nice. I haven't done birthright yet. My mom gave up asking.
Is that just like a free trip, right?
Yeah, if you're Jewish, if you're either full Jewish or Jewish on your dad,
On your mom?
mom's side,
Yeah, it's matriarchal.
then you get, and you're young-ish.
The age was 26. I think they raised it to like 32.
They have now, yeah. Then you get a free trip, and they hope you'll make babies and stay there. But
Yeah, that's the goal. It seems like they're just trying to have like a big orgy.
and
Does it seem that way, or is it like, "Hey, come to Israel," and it seems all on the up and up, but when you get there, they're like, "Okay, here's the real deal. We're all gonna fuck."
it's kind of the subtext. Like there was
Okay.
some, like there was a whole group of us, and we eventually were met by like 6 Israeli people, and so that we could like meet people who lived there, and they could meet us, and then exchange whatever.
So did you go by yourself? Is that how that works?
Yeah, I mean, some people knew another person, but yes, I didn't really know anyone else that was Jewish that hadn't gone, or because my sister went a couple years before me, and she had a blast. I just didn't. It was 8 days, and so I'm not one to make friends super quickly, but they all kind of like clicked together, and I was like, well, this is cool. I tried to
Summer
just
camp.
enjoy. Israel and the sites and stuff. But
I was wondering if it does have those same kind of vibes of like, does it seem kind of like a summer camp? Like, so when you get there, is there someone
yeah,
holding up your name on a thing at the airport that's like, this right this way, Melina? And you're like, okay, here we go.
I mean,
And then
yeah,
it's
the American, I don't know, instructors or trip guides met us at the New York airport, and so they were flying with us to Israel. So yeah, we
something
weren't totally like
what they dress like.
what they dress like.
Yeah, what they dress like.
The
I
Israel,
have like a nearly cartoonish idea of certain things in my head. So I was like, I'm watching Fargo. There's these Jewish guys on there. They wear these hats. They got shotguns, long coats. It's pretty cool. Like that.
I mean, there's
Call them
all
the Jews.
sorts
Cool,
of
then.
Jews.
Yeah, I know. I assume it's not. I assume it's not like a Hasidic Jews, right?
Right.
Meaning you were even paying attention to that kind of thing. So when you, is it just like a dude in a shirt, or is it like a guy? I'm really curious. Shut up.
I didn't say it.
You're laughing at me. So when you, is it like there's a guy that works for a company?
Yeah, it's
Church?
called Birthright. It's like it's a big company.
Like an organization. Okay.
Then they have you can go on different like
Yeah,
themes.
there are different themes.
You can
Yeah,
go on one that's like more religious, or one that's more like outdoor, or one that's
Right.
you know.
I went on an artsy one.
What?
I went on an arts themed like
Oh,
theater and musicians, and
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, that would sound
Yeah.
really cool.
I was like, well, that relates most to me. So,
So did you guys take in a lot of art and music?
well, there were a lot of musicians who like brought their guitars and whatnot, so they'd
Oh god.
serenade us and
There's probably, yeah, I was thinking there's probably a lot of those.
Some song leaders from summer camps.
then
Yeah.
we had a talent show at one of the last nights, and I was co-MC. So,
Oh, perfect.
and I did some comedy, and they were all like, "Whoa!" Well, not all of them, but some of them were like, "Are you okay?" Like,
That's always fun when you get done with a set and then people are like, "Hey, do you need help? Are you okay at home? Is that what's going on?"
yeah.
I like that.
I was like,
It sounds like you and I had similar experiences. Well, like I went to Sunday school and Hebrew school and the summer camps and all that stuff. Like I haven't done Birthright yet. I will if I can,
yeah,
But I always was like, these aren't like my folks,
Yeah.
And I mean, I had that same experience in school, in just like public school and everything. It
Yeah.
wasn't until I was in comics that I was like, oh, these guys, okay. But yeah, I always felt like a bit of an outcast amongst my fellow Jews, which made me feel a little guilty, which maybe was the goal.
yes, yes, for sure. However, I did end up having a bat mitzvah in Israel because there were a group of
Oh,
people
sick.
who, I mean, the instructors were like, "Hey, if you want to, we offer bat mitzvah type things or bar."
Like a drive-through.
Right.
It's like getting married in Vegas.
Yeah.
Now,
Right.
cool.
Right. For real.
Yeah, that's like a super official kind.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I mean,
ultra bat mitzvah.
yeah. So I'm like, I'm Jewish, but also I did that in Israel, so I don't even know what I am.
You're
That's pretty
Jewish and
hardcore.
Jewish as fuck at the
Right.
same time. You can't
Like,
say it, but yeah. That's great. So what are some of your favorite Hanukkah foods?
well, I mean, mostly the traditional one is a latke. And
Let them make a bunch of latkes.
Uh-oh. I apologize to everybody in the house ahead of time.
Do you have like a family recipe?
well, my grandma is I mean, She was, because she's kind of old now, but a cookbook writer. And
Cool.
That's
Yeah.
sweet.
so she has many Jewish cookbooks. And probably one of them is a recipe for latkes, I imagine.
So technically, yes.
Nice.
I
Well,
think.
that's sweet. That's a good way to preserve that. My mom's always like, "Oh, you should I should give you this recipe from your great grandmother," but it's like written on a note card that's like because it was written down in like 19.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's that like old school chicken scratch.
Yeah.
Really nice. It's like chicken scratch at the same time that it's really nice cursive.
Yeah,
It's both,
Sure.
but it's also
it's
awesome.
hard to read,
And
but
you
it's
can-
so good.
Yeah, every time I see that handwriting, I'm like, old lady. That's an old lady's handwriting. It's great.
Yeah,
Love it.
everyone used to just write that one.
Yeah.
Well, like if you've seen, I mean, it's kind of a segue, but also kind of relates. If you've seen my post from Bob, where he wrote the comment cards where I work, he's a 100-year-old resident who
wow.
writes comment cards after every meal. And
That's
his
great.
writing is very
Like
what,
that.
what you described, yeah.
I
Cool.
love it.
I can't take them home, unfortunately, but I take pictures of them because they're just too good.
That's cool. You share those.
I want to hit on movies real quick.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm trying to widen my catalog of Hanukkah movies that I know. Do you know what's some of your favorite Hanukkah movies, if you can think of any at all?
I think this can also. I think this can also include movies that you.
What?
I think this can also include movies that you've made a habit of watching on or around Hanukkah that don't necessarily be about Hanukkah.
Are we really quiet?
For a second there.
Oh, okay.
But I've mostly been able to hear you though.
Cool.
Hanukkah movies. Well, I mean, it's really not about Hanukkah at all, but Love Actually seems to be a popular one for me.
Is there some Hanukkah in that movie?
There's gotta be. They gotta at least mention it.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I haven't seen it in a while.
I mean, I've seen Love Actually, I would say more than 20 times.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I didn't say it.
I know. I felt that coming when I was starting that sentence. No, I love that movie. It's really great.
I especially love Bill Nighy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Bill Nighy, he's of the shoes.
Bill Nighy, I believe is the proper.
Oh,
pronunciation.
okay. Yeah, you have to say it.
You have to sneeze in the middle.
You know, I don't know if there are there Hanukkah movies? I think
There are some. If you type in, like on Google, if you type in best Hanukkah movies ever, it'll give you a list of either 8 or 14. And the list that has 8 movies on it, I swear it's 2 of them maybe Hanukkah movies, and then like 1 definitely is. The next one, I don't know, kinda, and then the rest of them are like, well, the neighbor was Jewish, and
Right.
then stuff like
The guy
that.
wore a sweater with a menorah on.
Yeah. So
Right.
yeah.
Oh, I
It's-
just
it is-
remembered. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Adam Sandler does some, but I'm not a super big fan of him.
Yeah, Eight Crazy Nights is the most popular, as far as I can tell, of
It's a shame
Hanukkah
it's not
movies,
better
because it's not that great of a movie. I don't like it that much. It focuses on pee-pee and poo-poo jokes
Yeah.
and handicap jokes.
Yeah.
There's one guy that's handicapped, and like that's the punchline.
Yeah.
So there's one about a Jewish basketball team that hires a washed-up professional basketball player as their coach that we might get into. I'm down with watching
I
that
want
one.
to watch.
It looks bad. It's made by Disney in 2003.
I can't say I'm looking forward to watching it, but I want to watch it.
Yeah, I want to watch it too. Also, what was that other one we figured out?
An American Tail?
An American Tail is the cartoon mouse, not
Like TAIL?
I think it's spelled that way.
oh, Probably is, yeah.
with your mouse, yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah. There was the movie 50 Goes West, but that was the sequel to An American Tail. Anyway, it's great.
Wow.
The 50 Goes West is great. I haven't seen the first one, and I'm excited to, because it's a allegory for the Jewish pilgrimage.
Immigration experience. Melina, we have a bit of a challenge for you.
Yeah, we got one last thing
Really
to really.
Take on that question.
Uh-huh.
So we're having each of our guests attempt to tell the story of Hanukkah in 1 minute. And we're not shooting for accuracy. We're not shooting for anything really except that you tell the story for a minute. That is all we ask. So I've got a stopwatch here, and feel free to hit whatever you can, or again, not looking for accuracy or anything, just whatever you got. Feel free to fill in the blanks as however you desire.
Yeah, just make it up if you don't know.
Yeah, that's totally
That'd
fine.
be way more fun, and I'll believe it because I don't know.
Yeah.
So you say go, and then we'll hit start on the stopwatch and go for a minute, and then tell you when to stop. So whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
Okay. Go.
So there were these Jews in in Israel, and they were excited to get together, and then there was a war, and their menorah was, or their temple had candles, and they were all lit, and they had people get into the temple, but and destroy a lot of it and hurt Jews, but the lights stayed lit for 8 days, and so that's why it's called the Festival of Lights and why we light 8 candles.
Time.
That's
Perfect.
That was perfect.
Awesome.
Wow, you know how to time something out to a minute.
That was great.
Very well.
Oh man. Okay.
Ooh, you nailed it. All right.
That was perfect.
Thank you for doing that.
Is
Here's
there?
welcome.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Is there anything that you have that you want to plug or anything like that? Like some online shows or your social stuff, media?
Yeah. That sounded
Or-
unsure, but
It's something you want people to be aware
I post the most, I guess. Well, it's debatable, but my Insta is best Melina 123,
Okay.
and yeah, that's kind of where I'm doing
Perfect.
most of my stuff these days.
Cool.
Right on.
Awesome. Well, thank you for doing this with us. It's been really fun.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy the rest of your Hanukkah and your Zoom party.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
That'll be super fun.
Yeah.
We're gonna enjoy the rest of our night. You enjoy the rest of your night. Yep. Yep. I'm right there with
Nailed
you.
it.
That's where I, yep.
Oh, trust me, I am a champion of the U2 as well. All right. We'll talk to you later.
For having me.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks for doing that.
We'll see you later.
Have a good
Bye.
night.